What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Unplayable. Today, we're going through some more Star Wars Unlimited spoilers. We're almost done.
We are.
Oh, that makes me sad.
How many cards?
How do you guys feel about that?
What we got another set coming, Coach. It's not like we're not ever going to get spoilers again.
I know. It's like
for sure.
We've been talking about one set for so long. It's hard for me to think there's another one, and it's like 4 months after this.
This right now, this might be obvious to say, right? But it's going to be the longest spoiler season ever for this game.
Yeah.
So everything else after this is going to feel a lot more compressed, a lot more fast paced. It's been very cool to sort of have the breathing room with this set to, get cards so slowly and see the sort of weird, 2-week meta that we've had change every so often. It's been very fun.
I love it though.
So
it felt very, it felt the same as Lorcana, and it also felt very different than Lorcana.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Why is that? Because I agree with you. Because Lorcana did something similar, but
was it? I don't know. I don't know why.
For a while, Lorcana was spoiling cards without releasing the rules to the game.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we knew the rules to Star Wars Unlimited before that tipping point happened, I guess.
It also, for me, might have been different because I think I played a lot of Lorcana as it was coming out, and I haven't played this as much. Not that I don't like it as much. I've just not played games in general as much.
Sure.
Yeah. And there's something to be said about not burning out on a set before it even comes out. So
absolutely.
Oh, yeah. We know a little something about that. Let me tell you. All right. So let's talk about Bendu.
Yeah.
Bendu is a 6-cost double blue ground unit. He is the one in the middle, and he is a 4/7 force creature with Sentinel. And on attack, the next non-hero, non-villain card you play this phase costs 2 less.
Okay.
Tell me what you think.
Well, I love Bendu as a character in Star Wars, first of all.
Yes.
So seeing Bendu this early is awesome.
This is my dad's favorite character in all of Star Wars.
Oh, nice. In all of Star Wars, wow.
Yep.
He is a pretty awesome character. I can't argue with that, honestly.
And we mentioned this before we hit record, but we've got these old Jedi Trials Bendu power action tokens, 3D printed that I absolutely want to use for this game. So that's the first thing. The second thing, obviously being a double blue, you can do hero or villain. It being 4/7
rewards you for playing neither, obviously, right? So.
Right. Being at 4/7 is a little stickier than Obi-Wan Kenobi. Doesn't have his ability when he dies to hand out experience, draw cards, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I would love to see? I would love to see a double blue Kanan that doesn't have hero or villain.
Ooh, that would be cool.
To play with this guy.
His teachings from Bendu, basically representing that.
But that would be so weird to have
a non-heroic Kanan.
Yeah, Krennic ordering Kanan into battle. I don't. It makes me feel things.
No, it would be a leader because then you can't play any heroic or villain.
Oh, okay.
Oh, interesting.
If it's a leader, then
interesting.
Yeah.
If the whole thing was just you can't play heroic or villainous, that'd be cool.
So I do love that Bendu has the Force tag because then you've got stuff like Jedi lightsaber and binds. It binds all things that you could play.
And Force
funny
choke.
Mental image is Bendu wielding a Jedi lightsaber. Just
with this
it wouldn't be his hand. It'd be like this. He'd be waving around like that.
But what do you think about his on attack?
I mean, 2 resources.
Saving resources is great. One of the best things you can do in a card game.
It's just so specific.
What are you hoping to play?
It's got to be a blue card, right? That narrows it down.
Be a blue card.
But you're playing double blue.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So I guess you could ignore the aspect penalty on a
there it is. Yeah.
Card.
Yeah.
Huh. That's a good question. Maybe what's the most powerful blue card that is not a hero card or a villain card?
Takedown.
Takedown's good. Takedown for 2 is pretty sweet.
Takedown for 2.
Entrenched for 0 is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Takedown though. The problem is you want to use it before. I guess not. Depending on the situation, but usually you play takedown before their opponent can do anything with that character. And in this case, you have to swing with Bendu before you get to play it.
Yeah.
So
that's the one thing I don't love about this card is that it feels a little slow. It has Sentinel, so your opponent kind of has to kill it, and then you are less likely to get the on attack to actually fire.
Yeah. I will say binds all things is just blue. It's not hero villain. So you can attack with this, take all the damage, and then the next thing you do is drop binds for free.
That's cool.
And move that damage onto something else.
That's cool. Did you figure that out in your double blue Voltron Chirrut deck?
I haven't done it yet. But I need to. I've been running some Chirrut with the Conversation Lab, but I need to get away. I need to have a good cleanse from ECL for a while because I need to play other bases. So this is probably my next achievement.
All right. Well, let's move on to the next card. We've got The Force is With Me. It's a 4-cost blue hero event. It's force traded, and choose a friendly unit and give it 2 experience tokens. If you control a force unit, also give it a shield token, and you can attack with it.
I think this is a cool card. It costs 4 though. That's expensive.
It is a little on the expensive side. You're getting 2/2 and a shield in theory and an attack. So it's a lot of action compression.
You're basically paying. So if you think of it, you're getting 4 things. You're paying 1 for each. 1 for an experience, 1 for an experience, 1 for a shield, and then 1 to attack. I think it's fine. But you also have to have a force unit out, right?
You don't have to. You have to have a force unit out to give it the shield.
Yeah.
But you could just use this to push 2 damage to something.
Yeah. Originally, I was trying to compare it to like Surprise Strike, which is in just yellow and cost 2 for 3. But obviously, they're different colors. They shouldn't be doing the same exact thing. They should feel distinct.
This is arguably better, though, right?
I was arguably cool on this, and now I actually really like it.
I think this card's very strong.
You're probably removing a unit at that point, most likely, and not taking any damage back.
Yeah, I mean, if this said like give your unit 2 experience and defeat an enemy unit, that's kind of what this does. It's like it's almost like command, but better, right? Like command, you get to put your tokens on, but you can only deal damage to a non-unique unit. This, I mean, you do have to exhaust your unit when you attack, but I feel like the situations where this is good is like kind of a blowout for your opponent because you make your unit stronger while simultaneously removing theirs.
Yeah. If you get to put the shield token on.
Yeah.
Or
I
it's
think
a positive
with a force unit on the board, fantastic card. Without a force unit on the board, mid.
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
Cool. All right, let's move on to Escort Skiff. It's a 4-cost ground unit. It is green, and it's a 4/4 Underworld Vehicle Speeder. And while you control another green unit, this unit gains Ambush.
I like Ambush. I like 4-cost Ambush. You just got to be playing a lot of green.
So how do you guys think this stacks up to Callus? Because I think that's like, it does. It costs 1 less, but you do have to spot another green unit in order to pull off the ambush.
I actually think this card is very cool because it, like, on the turn that you're playing it, if you play this on curve, it probably attacks into whatever your opponent played on their last turn and survives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And most of the time kills whatever they played, if it's not Boba. So I think this just like lines up really well. And then you have like a 4/2 or a 4/1 just hanging out, like ready to attack something else.
Yeah.
So I think this is pretty good.
What is Callus's thing? What's his ability?
If you defeat a unique, or whenever a unique unit leaves play, you may draw a card once per phase.
Got it.
Yeah. It costs 1 more. It doesn't require you to have another green unit. It has ambush on its own, but it also draws you cards. It's tough to say because, like, for 5 resources, there's a lot of stuff that has better stats than Callus.
Yeah,
100%. And every time I have Callus in hand, I'm like, this isn't a good time to play it. I never feel good playing Callus.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just a 5-cost unit removal, but you don't get it because he dies in return. Like every once in a while, it's like, oh, they played Yoda. You can kill it with Callus, survive, draw a card, feels okay. But I do like it and my brain's trying to connect this with Wedge, with like doing a vehicles deck. And I'm like, stop it.
Make it a 5/5.
But that's where my brain starts. Because, having a lot of vehicles like on ground, and there's some synergies there that could be fun. But I know that's just silly town.
Trash.
I was trying the 6-cost 4/6 ambush with Wedge, and it's also just not good. I think well, partially it's because on 6 you want to be playing something that has more than 4 attack.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is that like almost all of the ground units have ambush anyway. So it feels like you're wasting some of Wedge's value by doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, let's move on to the next one. We've got pretty spicy one. We've got Rook.
Ooh, Rook.
And Rook is a 5-cost ground unit, green, and villain. And it's a 3/6 Imperial, shielded. And when this unit deals combat damage to a non-leader unit while attacking, defeat that unit.
So it's like poison from other games, basically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. And it's shielded.
Pretty
so
strong.
It gets to do it twice. Plus, it already has 6 health. So it's probably going to be able to do it more than once. Normally,
you
stuff that has
kill
poison.
3 things with this. It's pretty wild.
He fits nicely with the conversation lab.
Yes. And I'm sure many of our audience know this, but shielded and ambush are like the same window, so you can choose which happens first. So if you're ambushing this into something that has less than 6 attack, sometimes you might want to put the shield on after you've made the attack.
Yep.
So that, maybe it has like 2 damage or 2 health left, but now it has a shield on it as well.
Yep. The other fun thing that I was trying that's on our YouTube channel was with Grand Inquisitor, because he's got 3 power.
Right.
And theoretically, you could just damage Inquisitor and he just hits the shield and then he readies and does stuff.
Yep.
I don't think I ever drew into Rook when we were playing. But
it was the top card of your deck
after the game one ended. Day, it will happen. So
good card.
Yeah.
And he's
strong,
Imperial.
Right?
So he works with Tarkin, works with General Veers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Which is nice.
How do you guys feel about this in comparison to Callus?
This is way better.
5-cost card.
I would play this over Callus any day.
Oh, that's interesting.
But Callus
they're different.
They are different.
But yeah, this is very good at controlling a board, I think. 6 health is just so nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Doesn't get killed by takedown. And it has a shield.
Yep.
Cool card. All right. Moving on to Gamorrean Guards. 4-cost yellow ground unit. And it's 4/4 Underworld. While you control another yellow unit, this unit gains Sentinel.
So very similar to the Escort Skiff as far as like one aspect, limited, draft, sealed. These will be great.
Gains a keyword when you have unit of another color.
4 cost, 4/4.
Yeah.
Yep. Very good.
What do you think about the card?
It feels a little weird and cunning. Like it just doesn't feel like it fits naturally into any of the archetypes we're seeing developing right now. So I don't hate it. I don't love it. I'm kind of just meh on it. There's so many great yellow, especially in villain, like great units. It's like, what are you pushing out?
There's not a lot that's great at 4 cost though.
At 4, okay, sure.
I might play this over Jabba.
Okay.
I feel like, so one thing I like about it, just like, I don't know if this is like theme, but this is like design wise, is like it gains Sentinel when you have something else that you want to protect, right? So I just think that's like a cool element to the card. So I imagine you play like Boba turn 2, and then you play this turn 3, and now your opponent has to get through a 4/4 before they can get to Boba. It feels pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Big Boba comes down at 5.
Mm-hmm. So I do like it. I think like the Boba green decks are skipping 4 a lot of the time because you can ramp into 5. But if you're playing like double yellow or like yellow red or whatever, I do like this.
Could it work in Han to protect Han to be able to trigger his ability? It's like the next turn, right? So he drops at 4 and then at 5.
That's super interesting. Yeah, you flip Han.
Han does his thing.
These are standing in the way. That's very cool. I like that. I'm going to try it.
All right.
Cool. All right. We'll move on to Baze Malbus.
Hey.
Baze
I like this guy.
Baze is a 4-cost ground unit. Blue. Just blue. Not heroic. Yeah, which I was a little surprised by. He's
not really a heroic person. He just did whatever.
Sure did.
That's true. That's true. I guess this is also depicting him like when you first meet him in Rogue One, and he was like a lot less willing to like help out at that point. But anyway, he's a 2/5 fringe unit with grit, and while you have the initiative, this unit gains Sentinel.
That's pretty cool. He's good. I like that with Grand Inquisitor, you can ready him twice. Oh wait, no, once. Just once.
Yeah.
Still, that's cool.
Definitely.
Make him a 4/3. I don't know. Seems good.
Is it? I'm a little conflicted on this one because like the Scout Bike Pursuer at 2 is a 1/4 with grit.
Yeah,
but he doesn't get Sentinel.
Yeah, but if you're doing reset stuff, like you're probably not getting initiative anyways.
in the mirror.
I'm a little underwhelmed by Base. I'm like, is he really that good? Like, I just feel like he's gonna.
He's fine.
One attack off, and then he's gonna melt to something. But
perhaps
he's gonna hit for 2.
All right, here you go. You Death Trooper, or you do the reset with Grand Inquisitor, and then you Death Trooper.
Okay, so, and then you hit for 6. Living the dream.
Yeah.
Spicy.
I mean,
how would
meta
you?
Solved.
how do we compare this to the Gamorrean Guard? They're both 4-cost conditional Sentinels.
See, I would rather have the Gamorrean guards.
I think having 4 attack out the gate is really nice.
Yeah. So I don't know, Jay. I feel like Grit feels like a trap. Like it's a cool idea, but
don't tell that to Jay.
This guy. just you wait. Just you wait, Coach.
All right. Just show me.
Wait.
Show me, Coach.
All right. Well, let's move on to the next one. We've got Guardian of the Wills. It's a 2-cost ground unit. It's blue, and it's a 2/2 force and fringe. And the first upgrade you play on this unit each round costs 1 less.
Hey, Mike, for the folks at home that don't know, can you explain what the Guardians of the Wills are?
Aren't they the Guardians of the Temple on Jeddah? I think Chirrut and Baze technically are also Guardians of the Wills.
Yes.
There you go, folks at home, in case you didn't know.
But most of them are dead.
There you
now.
go, Jim. What do you guys think about the card? What upgrade are you putting on this that
Resilient,
makes any sense?
Resilient. No. You're not.
You can already like play a Jedi lightsaber on turn 2 if you played this on turn 1, right? So
why would you put Resilient on this?
Upgrades. I don't know. Maybe
you're paying 3 for a 2/5 with nothing else. Like that's
you're paying 2 for a 2/5.
Okay, sorry. You're paying 2, but you're paying for 2 cards for that. I don't think that's.
It's probably not
I don't think
worth
it's good. I would pay 1 for an entrenched on this and just say, hey, you're a unit killer.
Maybe
at a 5. What
are the other 1-cost ones? Is the Sentinel one cost? Protector, or is that 2 cost?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. So in double blue, if you're going green or yellow, you've got what's the Mandalorian picture?
Snapshot reflexes.
Snapshot reflexes. You got that one.
That's interesting.
Yep.
I don't know if it's good, but it's interesting. Like you can play. No, because it would have to be the first. I'm thinking like, what if you played a Jedi lightsaber and then snapshot reflexes and then hit for 6? But it has to be the first upgrade you play. So you wouldn't be able to attack with the Jedi lightsaber because you'd have attacked with the snapshot reflexes. So
I don't know. I do like this guy for like the Chirrut Vigilance deck. I think that's it. When I was building it, there was an interesting like, oh, there are not enough like 2-cost units that can drop turn 1 that add value to this deck. So it was like, so you run the medical droid, regional governor.
Like, you kind of just need it. I guess the other thing to say
hits for 2 is good.
The other thing to say about this card is it is the current cheapest force unit, and it can be played by either hero or villain, and force is a very relevant trait for other cards.
Yep.
Yeah, give me some binds, man. I need that force.
All right, well, let's move on to the next one. We've got General Krell. General Krell is a 5-cost ground unit, double green, and it's a 5/4 Force Jedi Republic. Each other friendly unit gains when defeated. You may draw a card.
Okay, this guy in the Clone Wars was a cool story.
Yep. Yes.
I loved that whole arc. I need to go back and rewatch that.
His stuff in Destiny was really cool too.
Oh yeah, he did have some.
He had some really cool stuff.
He was released late in there.
Yeah, like last set.
There's one problem with this card.
What's that, Coach? It's double
4
green?
health. It's 4 health.
4 health
is 2
resources.
4 health is such a
kind of rough.
Trash.
It's just such a, I don't know. It's too low. Open fire. Dead. You know.
Dead.
I also think like drawing cards is good, but you have to be in a certain matchup for it to be relevant in this game. Yeah.
This game, it feels so much different. Where in Lorcana, draw is king.
Yeah.
In this game, it's not. It's different.
Yeah, and you also have a harder time protecting your board in this game than other games. Mm-hmm. So, like, you're dropping him. How many units do you realistically actually have on the board? Like 1 or 2? So you're trading those in and drawing a card for each. Like, maybe that's okay, but I just don't know. I don't see it. I don't think double green really like wants this effect.
This stat line, the 5 for 5/4 screams IG-88 to me. And like IG-88 comes out for free, and still, you know, it's like you're not pay 5 for this guy.
Yeah,
I just don't see. I don't see this getting much play at all, unfortunately.
Yep. Yep, I would agree.
But he's got
I wish
cool
he would
factor.
at least give it to himself. Like, at least he should also draw a card when he's defeated. But I guess thematically it wouldn't make as much sense because he sends your own units to die.
Mm-hmm.
Classic.
Yep. Classic Pong Krell. All right. Next card we've got is Strafing Gunship. It's a 4-cost space unit. It's yellow and it's a 3/4 Underworld Vehicle Fighter. This unit can attack units in the ground arena. And while this unit is attacking a ground unit, the defender gets -2 power.
What?
This is a great card right here.
And it's single aspect.
Yes.
Single aspect.
This card's
so talk about those Gamorrean guards. They're gone at 4.
Well,
exactly.
I think you could play both.
You could. It's space and ground. It's different. But
yeah, very, very good card.
Like if this card only had this unit can attack units in the ground arena, it would still be
interesting,
super interesting and playable. But also they get -2 when they're attacking.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I don't know if it would be that good if it didn't have that extra.
You could still attack into stuff with 3 health or 3 attack and survive and still hang out. I don't know. If you compare it to Ozatuk, right? Like Ozatuk is a 4-cost 3/4 with ambush. If you have a 4-cost 3/4 that can attack into the ground arena, it's way less exciting. But maybe it's okay. Maybe it's playable.
Yeah.
But the -2
is really, so nice.
Really good.
That's
keeping it alive.
So there was a lot of conversation about rules with Sentinels and everything. So just to be clear,
do you want to do it? You want to go through the whole list?
It's really just one thing you have to know. If they have a Space Sentinel, you have to attack the Space Sentinel. If there's not a Space Sentinel, you can attack essentially anything.
Don't you have to attack a ground Sentinel?
Nope. I know it's weird.
I'm already confused.
Yeah, it's just the Space Sentinel is what it checks for. So
it's because it can attack. Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's not in the arena. Sentinel, I think, is worded
Sentinel says
in this arena.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's going to come up at your local.
That's
local
why I brought it up, because you just have to know this one important piece of information, and then you're good to go.
Now I'm not playing this card anymore because I don't want to have to explain it to anybody.
I'm trying to find the thread that explained it all, but I can't find it. Oh well.
You're just gonna have to trust me, Jay. First time in your life.
No, I trust you.
All right, let's move on to the next card. We've got Rebel Assault. It's a 1-cost green hero event. It's Rebel traded, so Mon Mothma can find it. That's kind of cool. And it's tactic. Attack with a Rebel unit. It gets +1/+0 for this attack. Then attack with another Rebel unit. It gets +1/+0 for this attack.
All right, Jim, tell us your thoughts.
Yeah, Jim loves this card.
It's his favorite card in the set, I think now.
I think it's good.
I love this card. This is great. I immediately made a Sabine green deck after I saw this spoiled.
Yeah, me too.
Exactly. It's
I played it a couple times too. It was pretty spicy.
Yeah.
I'm playing Resupply in it so that you can get Sabine out on turn 2.
Oh.
And it's fun. I don't know if it's good, but it's fun.
Yeah. I had this theory that Sabine green might be better than Sabine yellow, but I hadn't tested it yet.
My dream line is play red Sabine on turn 1, play Resupply and flip Sabine on turn 2, attack with both, and then Metal Ceremony is real fun. So it's probably not as good or consistent as yellow in my opinion, but it's pretty cool. Yeah, lots of fun cards, including this, and this card's great.
Yep, it's good.
I mean, it's extra 2 damage and action compression for 1 resource. So it's exactly what you want to do in a Rebel aggro deck.
Yeah, literally. It basically just gives you Leia's ability on a stick, but better because it gives you the +1/+1 for any hero aggro deck.
Mm-hmm.
I'll also say randomly, but of the non-spicy cards, this is the one card where I want hyperspace foils.
Oh yeah, the art is so good.
I'm I need 3 copies of this have to be hyperspace foils in my deck if I'm playing this, because I'm just that's gonna look amazing.
Totally. Yeah, the art. Have we seen any hyperspace
events? I couldn't tell you.
Yes, we have. Tactical Advantage.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to imagine,
which makes the card look more playable than it actually is because it looks so sweet. But with the dark background around the edges, it looks really slick.
I'm gonna look it up because I'm very curious.
Jay's busy looking at the rules. Yeah, doesn't that?
Yeah, that looks super nice.
Right.
All right, cool. Let's move on to the next card, which is.
By the way, the only extra thing you need to know is if there's a space unit and a ground if there's a Space Sentinel and a Ground Sentinel, you can attack either one. Space Sentinel and Ground Sentinel can attack either ground or
that
Space
checks
Sentinel.
out. Yeah, because it says can only
different than
attack
what
Sentinel.
you said. Just
That
an
is
FYI.
Okay.
Next card.
Wipe that smile off your face. I can see when he just sits there and he just smiles. He's like, is he gonna react? Is he gonna react? Is he gonna react? It's so stupid, man. Next card.
I had no choice. I had no choice.
Yeah, Jay had no choice. Neither did this card. It's a 7 cost. Yellow villain event. It's a trick.
Jabba.
Hear that, Jabba? Choose up to 2 non-leader units. An opponent chooses one of those units. Return that unit to its owner's hand and put the other on the bottom of its owner's deck.
Okay. Super expensive.
Yes.
And you're not getting anything on the board.
Okay, but I was thinking about your boy Thrawn, and if you're revealing this on top of your deck, and
you're exhausting whatever you want.
I mean, kind of. Yeah, it's giving you lots of power.
This seems terrible.
Yeah.
Wow, terrible. That's a strong word. Tell us why, Mike.
Okay.
If you got to choose the unit that went back to hand, it might be a little better.
Yes. Would be much better.
Yeah.
But what matchup are you playing this in? What scenario asks for this? Where you're spending 7, which means you're not playing any other card this turn, most likely. And all you're doing is, you're removing 2 of your opponent's units, but you can already do that with something like Overwhelming Barrage for 5. And you don't even hard remove them. 1 goes on the bottom of the deck, which is okay, that's probably gone for forever. But the other one just goes back to the hand. So you're paying 4 to put a card on the bottom of your opponent's deck, and 3 for the waylay effect, but your opponent gets to choose which gets waylaid. Mm-hmm. I'm not putting this in any deck.
But what if Jabba could
in
help
a draft deck?
Pay only 6 for it.
It might be good in a scenario, in a deck that needs to get to 8 for something.
Like a Palpatine flip.
Like Thrawn's Chimera.
Right. You play this on 7 to control the stall the entire turn off.
Yeah.
And then
I guess if you don't have other options, maybe it's just enough sometimes.
I'll try it in my Thrawn deck and see what happens.
Yeah, try it and report back. My hunch is that it's not good, but I have been wrong before and I will be wrong again. All right, next card we've got is the Emperor's Legion. It's a 2-cost villain green card.
This is a rare.
It's an event. Yeah, I didn't notice that. It's Imperial Supply. Return each unit in your discard pile that was defeated this phase to your hand.
Why would you ever want that?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's sort of card draw, sort of recursion.
Yeah.
But you still have to pay for those units.
Right. At least you're filling your hand. I don't know. Is there some kind of weenies deck where you just play a bunch of 1-cost, 2-cost stuff and then they all die and then you just get them all back?
But then they probably just all die again because at that point in the game it's pretty easy to remove.
Maybe there's a scenario where it's one of those cards that's give all your guys plus 10, but they die at the end of the round. Mm. But then you get the combo with this.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Or no, after they attack, they die.
Oh, there you go.
The K2SO thing with the...
Yeah, the heroic sacrifice.
Yeah.
There's a mass heroic sacrifice card, and then you get to
and then you just play this and return it.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
So in a game that I played against Jay that we might talk about more when we talk about the next card, I put this in my deck so that I could combo it with Mahdi. Because in theory, you can Mahdi dies, you bring him back, you play him again, he dies again, and you can ready something twice. But that seems more cute than good. Mm-hmm. So I'm not super high on this card personally.
Yeah. I hope it is good so that I can also get foil hyperspace versions of this card.
Yeah, the art on this is also fantastic.
It's actually better than Rebel Assault. I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh wow, that's actually that really ATST looks awesome.
Yeah, the glowiness.
Yeah.
Of the only other thing is we haven't gotten to be prepared for this game yet. It's if there's ever a be prepared, then it's you play that and then you get all your stuff back. That's the only situation I can think of.
But Jay, what is a be prepared?
It's just a board wipe. Wipes everything on the board. From Lorcana.
It depends on how much it costs. If it's expensive like it is in Lorcana, then you have to have enough resources.
And in Lorcana, you can sing it. So you could not have to pay for it.
Right.
So I don't know. Card doesn't seem that good to me.
Yeah, me neither. But you know what does seem good is Emperor Palpatine.
There he is.
Emperor Palpatine, Galactic ruler.
Go listen to our podcast.
Yeah, we'll cover it a little bit here, but yeah, if you want to listen in depth, we talked about it a lot on the podcast that we recorded. So Emperor Palpatine is a green villain leader with the ability action, spend a resource, exhaust this leader, and defeat a friendly unit. Deal 1 damage to a unit and draw a card. And epic action, if you control 8 or more resources, deploy this leader. Then on his unit side, he's obviously a ground unit. He's a 4/10 Force Imperial Sith official. When deployed, take control of a damaged non-leader unit. And on attack, has the same ability. Basically, you can defeat another friendly unit. If you do, deal 1 damage to a unit and draw a card.
A card.
So we think this card is very good.
You know what I hadn't considered, but a fallen lightsaber on this Palpatine is a little fun, because then you get to do the whole like ping, push 1 damage on each unit, and then Palpatine just takes control.
Well,
it's too late. No, you're right. It's too late, because then he has to do it. They have to be damaged before he deploys.
Yeah, you'd have to do it before.
But I guess on attack, you also deal 1 damage to a unit. You could ping.
You could do your best.
I just want Palpatine with a lightsaber, is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, man. That would be so cool if we got like Darth Sidious's lightsabers as a card. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, they could totally do. We've never seen them do a card that's 2 lightsabers at once. Like, even in Destiny, like they had. In Destiny,
no. They had like Ahsoka's lightsaber, and then they had like Shoto lightsabers.
Oh, like Shoto lightsabers.
Well, even like the Palpatine lightsabers in that game were. As long as it's on Palpatine, they're non-unique, so you can play
you can have 2
of the same.
Yeah,
I would be fine if they did a 2 lightsaber upgrade.
Yeah. I think it would make more sense in this game.
Oh, dude, I just thought about this because Cal Kestis in the video game, he changes his lightsaber all the time because you get to choose. They should totally do like a double-sided lightsaber card that you can change the stance.
Ooh, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
2 of them, and then you can put it together, and it's 1.
That'd be sick. If they had like some ability where you could like. You do whatever the ability is and then flip the card and then it becomes the other thing.
Yeah.
And then do it again and flip it back. Like that sounds like a fun card.
Double-sided would not work for Draft or Limited, but that is
untrue.
Well, they've done it in
Flesh and Blood.
They've done it in Magic and Flesh and Blood. Yeah.
Okay.
It's possible.
You just gotta go outside of the wheelhouse sometimes, Coach.
I don't know. You started referencing some video game character and I tuned out.
No, he's a Star Wars character. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's right.
Played by a real actor.
Okay, anyways.
Who I hope ends up getting a show of his own.
That'd be cool.
Great.
Cool. All right. Yeah. Well, that's it for this spoiler review video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know which of these cards was your favorite. If it is Emperor Palpatine, give us your second favorite too.
Yep.
So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Bye.